Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the King of Arrows and the Kingfisher. And, when I talk about the court cards, I kind of describe it as the king rules the kingdom. Okay, and arrows is all about air, logic, reasoning, intellect. So if you want to put that together, the king rules that logical reasoning, right? The intellect. And, we haven't had a lot of intellectual things, coming up here in the last, 2-3 months, right? But the Kingfisher is symbolic of ancient wisdom and lore. And, with kings, I like to go to the kings to seek counsel, right? So, here you are walking on your path. The pole star just, dropped off. The universe is still protecting you, though. But the stag is with you. You've got that balance going on with the life lessons card. You're still in a very good mood, right? With the happiness being up there. You're still destined and fated to do, what you want to do, right? You're the maker of what's going on. But the challenge is come up with that Two of Stones to say, okay, how do I maintain this great attitude? And the ancestor was there to show you. You need to be committed to your journey. You need to be committed to your path. And when the ancestor shows up with the King of Arrows, we talked a little bit about it yesterday with, maybe that's a mentor that you need to look for, as you're moving forward. We talked a little bit about the financial stability piece of it, but there's also, is there somebody you can trust with your thoughts, all right? To talk things out, right? To make sure that, nothing's going to get, divulged out there. And it's very hard to find people out there that you can trust with information that's vital, right? Your significant other, very good friend, but who the loose lips sink ships type people are, that you can tell something to and it goes all over the place. This is an opportunity where you can seek counsel with this King of Arrows and ask him, and he's going to be ask him whatever question you want to ask him, okay? But he's going to be very discerning in the message, okay? He's going to give you some concise information, very clear. He's going to be impartial to what he's got to say, all right? So, he's going to exercise that judgment of power based on your query that you ask him. Maybe it has something to do with finances. Maybe it has something to do, how can I, take this level where I'm at to the next step? And he may give you some practical advice, right, with what's going on. So, as I talk about the court cards, there's a couple things that go on with them where, this could be somebody that's in your life or this could be you. This is a person thing. Now, this could be somebody who's very articulate, who's just, who's a moral leader, all right? And they're able to get to the heart of the matter very quick. Now, this could be you, right? It could be, another YouTuber out there that you listen to. But you're able to, take on that aspect as well as somebody else and discern the message that this King of Arrows has for you. If this is an aspect, again, this is going to be something that's going to be, there's going to be some calm clarity, all right? You're not going to be anxious. You're not going to be overwhelmed. It's just you're going to sit back and you're going to look at that and say, all right, I can do something with this, right? I can take some of that information that I'm gleaning from the other person or from the environment, right, and use it on my journey as I'm moving forward. And it's also, again, when we were talking about the Kingfisher, it's somebody with good counsel, like I mentioned earlier, a significant other, a good best friend that's not going to give that information out to others, okay? Now, if this is an event, all right, this is going to be an event where there's a lot of discipline, whether it's a school or, social gathering, something of that nature. But, there's going to be precise information. So imagine yourself going to a financial class like we talked about yesterday, right? There's going to be precise information on how to deal with whatever aspect you want to deal with, pensions, retirement, Social Security, because you're talking to an expert. They're going to be disciplined in their approach, all right, on how to move forward. That would be a King of Arrows type situation, okay, where you go as a participant getting that information. So the couple of questions that the King of Arrows will ask you is, what must you focus on clearly? With the ancestor behind you, okay, and you've made that commitment, with all the emotional energy that's up high, what most are you focused on clearly? Is it your finances? Is it your physical well-being? Is it your spiritual well-being? What about your emotional well-being? What is it that you need to focus on? All right? Where is it that you need to see that clearly? And then the other question that the Kingfisher asks is, who can give you wise words or counsel? Who can you go to, for that support? Is it that significant other? Is it that best friend? Somebody that you can, ask them the question and they're not going to get defensive about it. All right? And they're going to tell you exactly how it is. This is what you should do. All right? You make up your mind because you have that free will and destiny. Okay? And it really shouldn't, a lot of people do that. They say, this is what you should do. They give you that advice. But again, it's, okay, maybe I do take that advice. But what else is out there, right? Look at all your options. All right? Now with this Kingfisher sitting up here, okay, he's flying next to you. And you may have noticed him and say, oh, hey, Mr. King of Arrows, how are you doing? I'm doing well. What's on your mind? Well, I'd like to get some more information around, my financial stability, like we talked about yesterday. And he's going to say, okay, in what aspect? Well, I'd like to get more information, more knowledge. Okay, this is who you want to go see. So again, you're talking with him on your journey, getting that information on which way you need to go. Okay, and as a result of that, now you've got more wisdom. Now you've got more knowledge. All right, and he's going to keep that in his, he's not going to divulge that to anybody. He may talk to the queen a little bit. The Queen of Arrows, the swan, she's about transitioning to other ponds, right? Other avenues. So he may say, hey, you know what? So-and-so on this journey just asked me about this question around finances. And she's going, well, did you tell him, who we go through? And yeah, that's who I told him to go through. So, look for that wise counsel that's out there. Look for that person who's a king of arrows, right? That Kingfisher, and you can find a lot of stuff, excuse me, information out there on the internet. So that's the card of the day, the King of Arrows and Kingfisher. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, share it with others. And this is D for the Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.